Joseph Smith, the founder of the Mormon Church of Latter-day Saints, was assassinated and defenestrated in 1844. Joseph Smith was the mayor of Nauvoo, Illinois at the time, and had ordered the destruction of a printing press of a new anti-Mormon newspaper in the town. This caused some civil unrest, leading to Joseph Smith being charged with inciting a riot. In response, Joseph Smith called out the Mormon Nauvoo militia, declared martial law, and then briefly fled the state with his second-in-command, that being his brother Hiram, before returning to face the charges. After surrendering to arrest, Joseph and Hiram Smith were then also charged with treason for calling out the militia and for declaring martial law. Being capital crimes, the two were ordered detained at the Carthage city jail under the guard of an anti-Mormon militia known as the Carthage Greys. On the evening of June 27, 1844, a mob of approximately 200 men with their faces blacked out with wet gunpowder stormed the Carthage city jail. One of the Smith's jailers warned him that the mob was approaching, with Smith confidently telling him that this was actually the Nauvoo Legion coming to rescue him. Reports say that the Carthage Greys put up a fake resistance to the mob, firing some shots over their heads, before allowing the mob to rush up the stairs to the second floor where the Mormons were being housed. As the Smiths tried to hold the door closed, Hiram was shot through the face and killed instantly. Joseph Smith used a smuggled pistol to fire 3 shots into the mass of people coming up the stairs, with the other 3 barrels of his pepperbox pistol misfiring. Other Mormon elders in the room defended themselves with heavy walking sticks. Smith dropped the pistol and ran to the window, being shot twice in the back, also taking a musket ball in the chest, before falling through the open window to the ground outside. Reports differ on exactly what happened next. Some say Smith was dead when he hit the ground, others say that the mob had to prop him up and finish him off with a firing squad, but either way, when the mob fled, the Smith brothers were dead, along with other members of their Mormon party. It's widely agreed that Joseph wounded 3 of the mob with his pistol, but there's no evidence that any of them died. The wounded men were all indicted for the murders, but fled the county and never faced charges. When the bodies of the Smiths were returned to Nauvoo, the church leadership very publicly buried 2 caskets filled with sandbags to prevent anyone from disturbing their graves. Eventually, 5 men were tried for the killings, but were acquitted by an exclusively non-Mormon jury after a jury containing some Mormon members was dismissed. The method of Joseph Smith's killing was technically a lynching, and because he had announced himself as a presidential candidate, it was also technically an assassination, actually the first assassination of an American presidential candidate in our history.